Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Colour Me Stress Free. Now, I did share on Instagram and on the YouTube community tab yesterday that it's Thursday today when I'm filming this. My dog unexpectedly died the very early hours Tuesday morning, late Monday night. We're not 100% sure. I'll quickly just talk about this picture just in case you're interested. This is a WIP that I started on Sunday or Monday night, I think. I think it was Monday night actually. I think it was Monday night, and I've printed it on Tantone paper, and I'm using my Holbeins, and I'm not half enjoying using these on this paper. I don't think I've used these on this paper before. So I'll just want to get started and then I'll do my chatting. I've only got a couple of leaves that I need to do though. I need to think about her that I want. But I did say that I was going to take time off social media, but I think the best thing for me to do is just try and stay as normal as I possibly can without pushing it. And I sort of feel daft being so upset, but I'm on day 2, so it's been 48 hours since I found her. But a lot of you, 99.9% of you will understand what I'm going through right now. She was the first pet I've ever had that I've ever bought myself. I had her for 10 years. She was the funniest little bugger ever. I say that because she annoyed me at times, squealing, and she was a really fussy dog. But on Monday night we'd booked tickets to go to Blue Planet Aquarium, just me and my husband, like a day date to spend the day together. He'd booked the day off. And we were sat on the couch together doing that, and Evie was sat with us. She'd had a tea as normal. I did roast chicken that night. I'm adding this to it because it comes into the tale later on, and it explains a little bit why I'm a little bit more depressed about it. So yeah, she had a tea as normal. She was drinking as normal. She was playing with us, sat with us, stood at the side of the couch waiting for strokes, just acting normal. But the night before, so Monday night, Chihuahuas did do something called backward sneezing. Both of my dogs have done it since they were babies, and it's a normal thing. My mum's got 2, and her dogs do it as well, and a couple of other people I've spoken to know instantly what I'm talking about when I say backward sneezing. I don't know if that's I don't think that's the technical term, but that's what people call it. It's like coughing but backwards, and she was doing that a little bit more than usual. So we was just keeping an eye on it, and if it got any worse, we'd take it to the vets. But we were so used to it. We were so used to hearing that sound because both dogs did it. Rolo still does it, not to the extent that Evie was, but because she was acting normal and eating her food and playing, we didn't really think much of it. It was just sort of, let's keep an eye on it. If it gets any worse, we'll take it to the vet, sort of thing. So on Monday night, I'd printed this off. I'm sure it was Monday night I printed this off and started it, and I think I did 2 flowers or something, and I was so tired from the night before because Isabel was having us up literally every single night, 2 or 3 times a night. It was like having a newborn baby again. So I asked Danny to sort the dogs out. I said, can you let them out? So we let them out for the toilet and then put them in the beds. They're in crates. That's Isabel's bibs. They're in crates at the side of my desk. If you've seen any of my vlog videos or the desk tour, you would have seen them. And they're literally right at the side of me all day long. But that particular night, Monday night, I was just tired and I just wanted to go to bed, and so I asked Danny to sort them. So I didn't say night to her. I didn't say goodnight to her. So So Monday morning, Tuesday morning, sorry, gets up, alarm clock time, get Isabel ready for school, get sorted to go to the aquarium. Danny came down first and switched all the lights on. Now Eevee just looked asleep. Rolo's always excited in the morning, but Eevee for the past year or so, she never wanted to get out of bed. She was like a naughty teenager. She just wanted to sleep in all the time in the mornings, early mornings, like 6:30, 7:15. Normal for her to just still be asleep, or she'd hide under a blanket. So I was bringing Isabel down in the stair lift. What did I have? I had glasses in my hand from the night before, Isabel's like drink cup, my phone and stuff, and then the stair lift remote. And the first thing I do is I come downstairs, and even while Isabel is still coming down the stair lift, I come to the back door, let the dogs out, let them go for a wee, and then while they're out, I get Isabel out the stair lift, put her in a chair, get her breakfast sorted. By the time I've done that, the dogs have finished, so I let them back in. But I opened Rolo's cage and I saw she was bouncing around, just happy little dog, always wanting to go outside to bark at the neighbours' dogs. And she was stood at the back door, and then I noticed Eevee. She just looked like she was sleeping, and I put my hand in and I said, Eevee, come on, get up. Come on, get up. I know you don't like getting up, just get up, we need to get sorted. And she didn't move, and then when I put my hand on her to just nudge her, to just give her the incentive to get up, the whole body just moved instead of it just being like a poke, like you'd squish her fur or her skin. She was cold and solid. So we're thinking that it must have happened either, we went to bed on Monday night, it must have been about 11:30, 11:45, it was quite late, and she was fine then, so it must have either been straight after that or the really early hours of Tuesday morning. But she just looked asleep. She had her paws across each other like that, and she just had her head resting on her paws. She just looked asleep. Danny had gone back upstairs at this point to get ready himself. And once I realised, I got Rolo outside and I screamed for my husband, and I said, Danny, Danny, and I must have shouted him 5 or 6 times and he couldn't hear me. Isabel's still coming down the stairs, and I came back in and double checked and touched her, and I just screamed, Eevee's dead, Eevee's dead, Eevee's dead. I just went into the kitchen and just collapsed on the floor. But Isabel had seen me at that point as well. She saw me get upset and screaming. So he had a difficult time trying to get her ready for school because she was non-stop crying. So he had to explain to the bus driver, but from the point of him coming down, I was just in the kitchen. I asked him to put a blanket over her bed because I didn't want to see her. I'm going to have to go get a tissue. So yeah, I asked him to put a blanket over the cage and tried my best just to act as normal as I could for Isabel and my son. My son he saw how bad I was. And in hindsight now, I think I was being a little bit selfish, because she wasn't just my dog, she was everybody's dog, and I was just making it all about me. And I was telling you about this chicken, because like I said, I cooked it the night before for our tea, and I always give it the dogs that night. I always give it on the same day, but that particular day on Monday, I said they were both in the kitchen watching me serve up tea, and I said to both of them, you can have chicken tomorrow, you're not having it tonight. but I promise you'll have it tomorrow. I'll chop it all up for you, you can have it tomorrow. And she never got to have it. So Isabel went to school, Louis went to school. And we didn't know what to do with the body, because we've never had it happen before. Ideally I would have maybe buried her in the back garden here, but because we're not staying here for very long, we couldn't have done that. And then my husband was saying, what if we move again in the future and then another little kid had found a skeleton in the back garden? That can't be nice. So we decided against that. So we found a crematorium, and we managed to take her within a couple of hours of us seeing her. I think it was 9:30 in the morning. I want to do her eyes. I like doing eyes. I'll do them a boy. Yeah, so we got there, and again my husband kept saying, you need to see her before we go, you need to see her, you need to see her, you regret it, you regret it. But I couldn't see her in the house. It was making me physically sick. I mean, I had my head over TMI over the sink being sick, but I agreed to seeing her once we was at the place. So he put her in it. She had a big little leopard print blanket, a black and grey one. So he wrapped her in that. And he put her in like a duffel bag, but didn't zip it up, he left it open. But he covered her up enough that I couldn't see her in the car ride down there, because it took like 45 minutes in the car to get there. And the guy came out and said, this is the way to go. And he took the bag in. I was behind him. I walked in the room. It was like a room, and then a room at the back where they call that the quiet room. They said take her in there and take as much time as you need. And again I had to say to Dana, I can't see you take her out the bag. I can't see you take her out the bag. She just needs to be set up with her blankets covering her, just so I could see her face. So he did that, and it was like a hole in the wall, like a shelf sort of thing with lights pointing down. He laid her out, and I just screamed. I saw her little face, and I kept trying to touching her, but I was too scared. But I'm glad that I did do eventually. And she was lying on her side. She was lying on her side, and her front paws were stuck up to her body, but her actual paws were floppy. Her back legs were completely stuck to her body. And her face looked like it was half squished in at the side. Well, I scooped her up so she was looking at me, and her eyes were open. I don't know how they'd opened, they were open. And then her tongue was sticking out, and then it just looked like she had a bit of snot coming down her nose. She looked like she was smiling. It was weird, very weird. I always said that she looked like a meerkat, and I'm telling you now, she looked so much like a meerkat with her hands, the way that her hands were positioned, and her little tongue was sticking out. And her big brown eyes. And we said our goodbyes. I couldn't be in there for too long. I got back in the car. Then I said what I wanted, what sort of urn I wanted for her, if that's what you can call it. I wanted paw prints, I told him that I wanted some hair off the back of a deck. And that same day, Danny had to go and pick her up. And he was back home for 6:30 with her, with the urn and everything. I have found it comforting, just in the morning I'll just tap on the urn and just say morning eevee. And I said straight away, what's it after I'm never getting a dog ever again. I'm just so thankful I've got Rollo, but she must be a million times worse than me because that was her sister. She was with that dog every single day. Rollo's 8 now. I can't imagine what she's going through. She was pacing the house, but come yesterday afternoon, it was sort of like she give up looking. If I'm sat at my desk, she's just sat in a crate at the side of me, because the bed that eevee slept on, I can't get rid of it yet. I've put it, it's underneath here. These are my feet and I don't want to wash it. And I've got my blankets, and I've got her blankets on the back of my chair. And Rollo won't come anywhere near me when I'm sat here. And I understand why, it's the smell of eevee. And eventually I'm never going to get rid of them. I'll put them in like a Hoover bag or something and pop them in the loft. But I organised everything yesterday, and I'm quite happy with where she is. And I've put a dog collar on. I'll show you shortly, because I'm quite pleased with how it looks in the circumstances. But I want to get a nice glass cabinet with lights in it and put eevee in there. But I've never experienced anything like this in my life. I just think it hurts so much as well, because she weren't, like I said, just a dog. I saved up for her for so long, doing the crappiest job that you could imagine, and I was getting paid £20 a day, and I was saving for so long, so she meant so much to both me and my husband. And I caught him crying as well. He's obviously tried to hide it, but I did see him get upset. And he said that he was talking to her on the drive back, and he didn't find that weird. He found it more weird that when she was in the back of the car, her dead body. I know I'll be okay. I know I will be. It'll just take time. Do I want another dog? No. No, I don't. I'm saying that now. I don't want another dog. I'm absolutely dreading when the day comes for Rollo. But the only thing I can be thankful for is it looked like that she died peacefully. Like, she didn't wet the bed or anything. She'd just fallen asleep, and her heart had just given up. Why didn't I say night to her that night? I do it every night. I bend over and I'm on the floor, my head in the cage, and I'm saying night to them, and then that night I just didn't. I'm just kicking myself now. So yesterday, well, Tuesday was spent. Tuesday's a sort of blur night after all that had happened. Yesterday I had a tattoo appointment, and I was so close to cancelling it, but I thought, if I sit in this house on my own, I'm gonna crack up. And to be fair, my tattooist, he might as well be a therapist, because he listened to me. He listened to me get upset. He was really sympathetic. And then Lewis got sent home yesterday with stomach pains, so by the time that I got back home, Lewis was home. And then today I went back to bed once Isabel left on the bus. I just went back to bed. then now I'm just sitting here doing this. I've not even got dressed yet. I'm going to have to get dressed and I'm going to take her all the way for a nice walk. And I've promised her she's going to have some pork for a tea. And she likes pork. And I just want to apologise that it's meant to be the Crazy Kirby-a-thon this month. But I can't, I don't think I can physically message everyone back on Instagram. But I so appreciate the messages. And I was meant to be sharing everybody's artwork. I think I'll just roll it until next month, and it can be a double. It can be a double month maybe. It can be a double month. It's just shit. It's shit. I don't know if it affected Isabel because she came home yesterday and she slept for 2 hours in school, which is not like her. And she's not eaten all day and she's not drunk anything. So I don't know if it's affecting her or not. I couldn't tell you. I hope it's not, because I would explain it to her. But this is one of the tufts of her that my husband put on my desk for me. Stringy little hairs. I'm absolutely gutted, but I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I just hope Rollo's going to be okay. I'm probably just going to end this here. I want to show you my little memorial that I've made for her. I just need to get back into routine. Can you please do me a favour? I had ideas of videos, like to Kirby videos to do, and I don't think I can do it. I don't think I've got the headspace to do anything sort of detailed. Can you just please let me know if there's anything you want to see video wise, and I'll happily do it. I need something to take my mind off it. But I'll say goodbye here, and then you'll see eevee Noodle. Thank you very much for watching, and like I said, every message on Instagram I've read, every comment on YouTube I've read. I can't bring myself to sit there and reply to everyone at the moment. But I've got a couple of close friends that I've got on YouTube now that have been really supportive and like a rock. So yeah, please do leave me in the comments just some ideas, something easy for me to film, something a bit fun for me to film that you wouldn't mind watching. I need to film, I need to talk to you, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.